record to my computer. Okay, that way my girls who are in school and working can catch this. So this is class 2. And class 2 is all about reaching out to people and making connections to serve with product. Because if you want to boil down Mary Kay to like the smallest formula, step 1, let people like know about and enjoy and try the products. And then step 2, did I say step 1? I don't know. Step 1, they need to see and know about the product. Step 2, if you want to grow, help more people see and know about and try and use the product. Okay, that's it. So catalogs can get you started. Awareness of Mary Kay can be helpful. People who are like, yeah, I'll look online. That's great. That's there. You can be in Mary Kay forever that way. But when you say, I want to grow, like, I want to like move this forward, getting product to the people, whether you meet them virtually, in person, whatever, that's where it's at. And it's simply how fast you want to do that, how many people you want to serve. And it really does, like, it creates all the other things. And so I love this class because I feel like I get to hand you a successful business. Here you go. Everything you need to know. And of course, there will be growth and learning and all this stuff we just spent 10 minutes talking about our growing as people, but like this is the stuff right here. And so I get to equip you with that tonight. How do you schedule sessions? And then what do you do to kind of be ready for them? So now I will tell you, I very soon am going to be revamping this packet a little bit because we have our new virtual sessions that have entered the scene and we are so excited. And it really, like, it is opening a whole new world of availability for you. They are for you, consultants who are busy, and we want to do, April and I want to do all we can to equip you to minimize the effort and the time you have to invest to be with the people and to just serve the people. So we'll hit on that at the end, but it still is valuable to know, how do you do it yourself? As you grow, as you develop a customer base, those are things that you will get to practice. And so we're just going to kind of run through a little bit of some behind the scenes. And then I have in this packet, like, words and how to reach out and the whole thing here for you. So let me share my screen and we'll start talking through. All right. So class 2, you can reach out to people without being annoying or weird. That is our topic. You really can. When we first start our business, sometimes you feel like, this is new. I'm not used to messaging someone and like being like, can we get together? Like, it's kind of an uncomfortable feeling for some people, but we're not taking. And if you meet someone and you give them a spa experience in person or virtually, they're blessed, period. So really, we don't need to be afraid. And so I want to give you some simple tips to help you to be successful as you reach out to people. That is important. People are our connection to grow. And so the first line here says, people don't do business with people they don't know, like, and trust. Know, like, and trust. That's the starting point. That doesn't mean anybody who knows you and likes you will be your customer. It just means that's the starting point. To know you, to like you, to trust you. That's the foundation of a good customer base. And so being a person and just loving people and interacting and living your life with a smile and engaging people is super important. That just lays your foundation of relationships that you build upon and that you get to expand and deepen. And I am not exaggerating, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. My circle has been massively blessed by my Mary Kay business. The friendships and the depth of relationships that I have with women in my community is because of my business. It literally is. It has only made them better. And they will tell you that. So I just feel so passionately about what a gift we have to be with people and to serve and to love and to go deep with them. So here's a few rules of thumb. When you reach out to someone and you want to schedule a session, and this applies whether it's a virtual session that we're doing or something for yourself that you're doing. Three don'ts. 1, word vomit. Don't word vomit. If they open the message and they're like, huh, because there's so many lines of text, it's going to be a problem, because not that what you said was bad, but the confused mind does nothing. And so they're like, I'll read that later. I don't have in half an hour, So don't word vomit. Number 2, do not say, let me know if you're interested, blah, blah, blah. I would love to do a facial. Let me know if you want to do that. Or I'd love for you to join my group. Let me know if you want to. You have just handed them all of the power. And now you have made yourself a weirdo sitting in the shadows wondering, when are they going to invite me back? Okay. So that's not the phrase. There will be a better one that I will give you. 3, I do not recommend messaging someone you haven't spoken to in years, like years and years. That direct about Mary Kay is what I mean. Direct about Mary Kay. So if there's somebody I haven't talked to in 10 years, I don't get on my Facebook Messenger and, hey, you want to have a facial? For me, that feels like not a smart connection. Now, in other trainings, you can absolutely message someone you haven't talked to in 10 years and reconnect and kind of kindle that relationship, get to know them, care about them, and eventually totally make a connection with Mary Kay. It happens to me all the time. But I do not think cold messaging, like almost strangers, is really the best way of being approachable. So those are my 3 don'ts. Here's my do's. Number 1, do be direct. So when you go in to message someone about a facial or a session, the best thing you can do is start with why you're messaging her and end with the pleasantries of, hey, how are you? How's your family? Blah, blah, blah. So those are things that are important and you want to know how they're doing. But if you first just go straight to your point of why you're messaging, it's received better. It's been studied scientifically. People feel like you're more genuine if you just say, hey, I was messaging you because, and then at the end, by the way, I saw that your husband got a new job, or your kids are growing up so fast. You end with the things that are the caring things, but start where they just know why you're messaging them. Second, do sound like you. So we'll give you some ideas of words, but tweak them. You don't have to do a copy paste of April or of me. You can, if you don't say, hey girl, if you're like, hey woman, hey lady, or hi friend, so use your kinds of terms, but then we're going to give you kind of the process and the order and a direction to go. So that way, as you're learning, you can make it your own eventually. So just make sure it's you, and not using tons of emojis if you don't use those, or tons of exclamation points if you don't use those. Just staying true to who you are as you embark on a new journey and growing into a solid consultant. The third thing to do is ask very simple questions, ending with a question. So you'll see here in a second when we go to the next page, how do I recommend that you ask someone to do a session? Ending with a question, because then that invites an answer instead of vomiting all this information at them, telling them all this stuff, let me know what you think, and then running away. That didn't invite anything. It's like, okay, someday when I read all that, I'll maybe respond to her. No, you want to be simple and direct. And then you end with one little question that is easy for her to answer back. And then you can ask her another question, and then she can answer you back. You're trying to create a dialogue, even if you're not on the phone. You are dialoguing with this person. So let's keep moving and I'll show you what I mean. In this packet, I have a virtual way, and then I have an in-person way that's all written out. I'm skipping down to the in-person because I'll show you this first. So in-person booking, and in general, if you have the ability to voice message someone, I highly recommend it. Like, written is fine. Voice is so good because they can hear your genuineness, and they can hear that you're not weird or intense or whatever, you don't want them to think that you are. So they just can feel your heart, and they can tell, oh, okay, yeah, she's really excited about this. But it's written here for you because I don't have the ability to transcribe voice message. So here is a general way of reaching out to someone. Hey, Sarah, quick question for you. So I went right to the point. I just started my own Mary Kay business, and I'm so excited to help women feel their best in their own skin. So it's a very small little blurb so she knows what I'm talking about and what I'm excited about. It isn't, hey, I'm selling Mary Kay now. If you say I'm selling Mary Kay, they think I need to buy stuff. I don't want to buy stuff. It just kind of takes that direction. I want from the very start her to know I want to help people. So a quick comment about, okay, what is this that's happening? And then for my training, I get to practice doing a charcoal facial session with 10 women in my life so I can learn how to walk women through them. And I wanted to ask if you would be one of my 10 practice ladies. It takes about 45 minutes. It's absolutely free and your face will feel amazing. Would you be opposed to that? So very quickly, I explained the time and money. Those are the two things that people cherish and guard, their time and their money. And so very quickly, 45 minutes, absolutely free. And your face will feel amazing. I want that little, again, something for her. This isn't just about helping me. It's for her. And then I end with a simple question. Would you be opposed to that? I didn't say we can do it on this day. And if you want to bring friends, you can. And there's, 13 questions. No, it's just one simple question. Would you be opposed? And then it gives her the chance to say, no, I'm not opposed at all. So awesome. Then we go to the next thing here. What are the best times for you? Daytime, evening, or weekend? Again, simple, short question, inviting conversation, but you're not saying, when are you free in March? Oh, let's see. Like it's too much time. She can't think that fast of, okay, March 13th sounds good. Like that's just such a big block of time. Plus, I might not be free on that date. So I don't want her throwing dates at me. I want to guide the process. So I personally start with daytime, evening, or weekend so I can get a vibe for when she's available and what's ideal for her. I have a little bit of each of those available, not every day, not all day, but there's little moments. And so I need to know what I'm working with. So then once she answers, I'll move on. Okay, cool. So let's say she says she says an evening. Evenings are definitely best. Weekends are busy. I work during the day. I need to do an evening. Okay, cool. Well, I can do Thursday for me, it's Thursday or Thursday. So I could do this Thursday or next Thursday. What would be better for you if it was an evening time? And then, okay, great. And of course, this doesn't exactly fit the time frame, but you get the picture. Okay, so next Thursday is good. Is 10 or 12 better for you? And so again, I'm giving her two choices, which you heard April mention this just in training earlier. She gives choices so that they choose, but they're choices that we want to offer. So we aren't just at the mercy of whatever, we do plan our time. So is 10 or 12 better? So you're guiding the conversation, but it also helps her because she doesn't even realize that you're walking her to a commitment. If you were to say, all right, commit to me, when can you do it? She'd be like, I'll call you back. I need to check my schedule. But if you ask her, what kind of works for you? Daytime, evening, weekend? Evenings probably. Okay, well, I usually do Thursdays. What do you think? Like this Thursday, next Thursday? Next Thursday? Okay, cool. So I could do 6 or 7. You see how it's just a general conversation and you lead her along and she ends up picking a time that works for her, but it didn't cause her a bunch of trauma and stress of staring at her calendar. And you got a date. So everybody's happy. So that's the goal here. Kate, if you have questions or anything, please stop me because I'm taking us through, but if there's something that I need to explain, please holler. So
you're good, but thank you.
Okay, cool. All right. So moving forward. Alrighty. Sounds good. We can do next Thursday at 10 a.m. And then I will offer, depending on the situation, if they want to come to me or if I come to them. You don't have to offer that. You can just say, all right, I'll come to you next Thursday at 10 a.m. Great. Or, all right, awesome. I hold my appointments out of my home office here in McKinney. And so, so you can drive it whichever way you need to, just depending on your situation in life. So would you prefer that I come to you or you come to me? So you lock in, where is this happening, basically? And then, all right, I'll come to you then. And then now I'm giving her a little trickle of detail so she can get excited. I don't really want her to be like, I don't know, she's just coming, we're doing something. So this is my chance now. I'm going to fill in a detail for her. We will do a deep cleanse, charcoal mask, lip exfoliation, and more. Your face should feel amazing. So hopefully she gets a little excited. Like, I don't know exactly what we're doing, but it sounds fun. And then I'll take one more question with her. I'll say, all right, one more thing. If you would like, you are welcome to include a couple friends or family in the session with you. They get to do all the pampering and products for free as well. The more, the merrier. Anyone who might enjoy doing a spa session with you? So then I have the opportunity where she can share it with some friends and family if she would like. I always ask this after the date is set, because again, if she goes and tries to ask her 5 to 10 friends and family who's free when, it will never happen. I would much rather we go, hey friends, I'm having something on this day, who's free, and get 2 or 3, than never get anything, because we were trying to get all 10, just from time and experience, it just works better. So, so that's how I'll do that. Now, if she agrees to share it with friends, she does get to get some blessings, some benefits. And so these next steps are just talking about, okay, if she does want to share it with friends, what do you do? How do you kind of walk through that with her and just have some preparation to it? So especially early on, you want to know what you're going to, and you want her to know how this is going to work. So if she does agree to share it with friends, step 1, affirm her. Just let her know you want to spend time with her either way, and thank her for the honor of introducing you to a few of her friends. Just that simple comment, like, this means a lot to me, thank you. Step 2, then you're going to explain that she can reach out to the people she's thinking of and ask them to join in. And once they agree, she can send you their name and number so you can pre-profile them for the session and know what to bring. When you explain that, it makes sense. Like, I just want to bring enough towels and enough stuff that people will feel good with. And so she's going to invite them with this picture, step 3, or any picture. I mean, this is just an example, but a cute little pic that says, hey girl, you want to come? I'm doing this fun charcoal thing. And then once she's got a few names for you, you're going to check in with them so you can be prepared. And you want to let her know, I'll check back with you in a day or 2. So depending on how much time you have, 24 to 48 hours, you want to be checking back in and getting that from her, so that you can touch base with them and get prepared. You can send her information about hosting. So she
That graphic is so cute, by the way. Is that Canva?
Yeah.
Okay.
Canva.
So
I
cute.
can send you like the template that you can have if you want.
Yeah, I would love that.
I've been using that one for several years because it's fun.
It is so fun.
All right, so let's see. Okay, so the hosting plans. Mary Kay's plan is pretty straightforward. They can earn a percentage of stuff to shop with based on how much sales the party has. 10% of the sales if nobody books anything, 15 if one person books, and 20 if 2 people book. And that's been kind of a tried and true method that many, many people have used for a long, long time. And that's wonderful. Sorry if you're hearing the screaming. I don't know. It's 2-year-old. My plan that I use, my heart more aligns with rewarding for people than rewarding for sales. If they have massive sales, absolutely, I will give them more stuff. It's not about protecting myself so much as it is, I want to reward them for what I want. I want to meet their people. And I know if 2 to 5 women come up and they don't buy anything, that's a very rare occurrence. I know the sales are going to happen. I want to be with the people. And so the hosting credits that I also mentioned that you guys, or that you can, be aware of, would be U+2 is 25. Share your session with 2 friends, get $25 free. And then I have a $10 bonus if you set a date right then and keep that date, just extra urgency there. And then U+5 is $45 to shop with. And it must be new people that haven't already been to another session with us. So that for me is rewarding them just for having bodies there. And then if there are mass amounts of sales, I will always calculate what would 10% or 20% of that be, and I will give them more. I just want them to know, hey, I'm going to get stuff because I got people for Jess, and Jess does the work. It's my job to sell. So anyway, those are just 2 ways that you can consider. You can try them. I've tried 100 different ways. I'm sure April has too, but you just kind of find what you love. So step 4, you're going to circle back to get their information 24 to 48 hours later and just begin those conversations. You can do Facebook Messenger to connect with those people. You can do texting, voice texting. You can just, whatever is working for the hostess and her people, either one's fine. Just some way to get in touch. It can be a 3-way message if that feels good, or you can just go straight to that person. So the big thing is you need to get in touch with those folks and build some rapport. And then step 5, you will contact those guests to find out about their skin type and just build a little rapport. So here's just a kind of general what you can say. Hey, Jennifer, I'm so excited to meet you next week at Sarah's charcoal session. It's going to be super fun. I wanted to ask you a couple quick questions so I can give you the products that will feel great on your skin. Number 1, are you normal, dry, or oily? Number 2, do you have any major sensitivities? Can't wait to officially meet you next week. So that's pretty simple. And then based on how she answers, I may dialogue with her a little bit more about personal stuff or her skin, or ask questions or whatever. So that's that process of once you've booked them, then what do you do? After that, you're just preparing. And so when it's in person, there's not tons and tons of work. Once you have your bag put together, as we talked about earlier tonight, usually it will be together. You can just carry it out the door. If it's virtual, there's different things involved. However, at this point, you can somewhat depend on us for that. So I'm going to skip this virtual section and just go here to the bottom, in person. When you pack your starter kit, it's a short list of what things you definitely want. Your mirror and tray for each guest, along with the plastic tray and the facial cloth. So that's for each setting. You need your flip chart or whatever it is you're going to use as a reference of, what do I say? Your demo products. So Miracle Set, charcoal mask, satin lips, and CC cream are the ones that are like, to me, the like do or die. If you don't yet have the CC cream or the charcoal mask, no, not CC cream, sorry, the charcoal mask with the satin lips, that's okay. They're going to love the Miracle Set with the CC cream, add the powder, so you can absolutely use just what came in the starter kit if you've got the full kit. But I will just say that those are the products that I've landed on that I pretty much always use in one of those charcoal sessions. You'll want your customer surveys and pens, which you could also use customer profile cards, but something that they're going to fill out, and a pen. And then the placemats with the options for specials, and just those paperworks, which we're going to talk about in class 3. So I'm not going to get into all that, but we'll explain that in class 3. So, step number 6 is a bonus list. These are things I've added in over time because I just think it adds to it. And I want them to feel like, wow, that was really cool. So I added headbands. Everybody gets a headband. I have a crock pot with washcloths that I bring with lavender water that just smells good. And I drape it over their face, and it just makes it extra nice. And then I do clipboards. So the papers that we were talking about, they all go on the clipboard, and the pen is there in their tray. So they have their own little station. So those things are not required. But should you decide, yeah, that sounds fun, you can pick those things up at Walmart and add that in. And so if your bag is prepped, you show up, you set it up, you serve the people. That's it. Okay. So that's the in-person details, all of that. Any questions on that? And then I'll jump to our virtual session, give you a couple tips, and that'll be it for tonight. But anything I can answer, or April, anything you want to add? Okay. April shaking.
No,
her head.
I think all your details were great with that. So
Okay, perfect.
I do love at the beginning where you're just very point blank of, people don't do business with people that they don't know, like, and trust. Like, that's just huge. And you can do everything wrong at an appointment, but when people know, like, and trust you, they're like, it's fine. They're very, like, You don't have to have all the skills together. You don't have to know everything, but they're there because they love you. So
Mhm.
that's huge.
It is true. It is true that they can feel it. They can feel it when your heart is there to show up for them. So, okay, let me then share my screen one more time and I will show you, actually, before I do that, let me explain and then we'll go there. So I don't know exactly how much, Kate, you've seen about the virtual sessions or how much you're jumping in with it yet, but we are pumped to give this to women for a few reasons, because it allows you to do the part that's the most fun and the most important is the serving of the women and following up and nurturing her and seeing what her needs are and getting to know her. And it allows us to utilize the people who help us to get the packets out, to learn all the facts and numbers and do the big presentation per se. And so we're pumped to do that. And I feel like it is also really simple to reach out and invite people to attend these, like real simple, and they don't hardly have to give any time. They get a free package in the mail. Like, what is there not to want? Like, I don't know why someone wouldn't say yes. So I wanted to simply show you how you can reach out in this way. And I'm sure April has posted some of this stuff, but I'll just I'm going to show you here. So pardon me, I want to pull this up correctly for you. So I can share my screen. Somebody had messaged me and then it blocked. Okay, here we go. Share screen. Okay, so this is a way that you can invite someone to the next session that we have coming up to RSVP for. And it's super simple here. And of course you can make it your own, but just a simple invite. Hey girl, my MK tribe, and you can change the name of that if you want. I love tribes. So my MK tribe is doing a Get Up and Glow virtual event, and I wanted to invite you to join in the fun. It's on Thursday, March 10th at 7:30, 8:30, depending on where you live, change it, or where they live. And you get a free package of makeup samples to use as we show you how to get a simple glowing spring look. Are you free to be a part of it? So again, I didn't list out all the samples yet, didn't get all fancy. It's just, hey, here's what we're doing. I wanted to invite you. Are you free to be a part of it? And then they can answer yes or no. And you can go from there and give them all the details, one question at a time, or which one of these would work for you? Which one of these would work? And you just lead them through. One other thing I will say is if you want a little extra oomph for your invite, one thing that may be fun and helpful for you, if it gives you a little confidence, would be to give yourself a goal for this month. How many women would you love to have on the virtual sessions this month? Total in all. Like, is there an amount that would just make you feel like, man, that was awesome. I can't believe I had 5 women participate, or whatever number. You can add that in and say, my tribe is doing a Get Up and Glow virtual event. And my own goal is to have 5 women participate with us in it. You can have a reason, something you're doing for your family or whatever. But my goal is to have 5 awesome women join in the fun. It's on Thursday. Blah, 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 blah. Are you free to be a part of it and be one of my 5? ? So you're just adding that little goal that you're working on. All it does is give a sense of little bit of urgency for why they should say yes, besides for themselves. I always feel like you want to blend a request, an opportunity for them to, partner with you in some way, but it also needs to be for them. That to me is the magic. I've done the help me method. And I've done the, do you want to do this? Does it sound nice to you method? And I feel like you need a little bit of both. There is an urgency and an opportunity to partner with you and a blessing for her. And if you can put those together, it just feels good. And over time, you may find your way, but that's just something I wanted to show and share with you tonight, and just encourage you, like, who wouldn't want to do this? If somebody messaged me and offered it, I'd be like, yeah, send me the stuff. Let's do it. So anyway, So that's our virtual sessions, how to reach out. And then you just submit their information on the link and make sure they get into the group, which this stuff I will have in the packet here soon because it's the new thing. But it's all there in Facebook between April's group and our stuff tonight. So any questions, anything we can answer or explain better before we wrap?
I don't think so. I mean, okay, so here's my thing. So like, because it is awkward. Like you don't want to just mess